Everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, then welcome. Today's pick a card reading is an exciting one. We are going to see what your crush finds to be attractive about you. In front of me, I have 4 different options, each with a different stone. Choose the one that really calls out to you. This is group 1 with this tan beige-like stone. This is group 2 with this light green stone. This is group 3 with a stone that looks black until you look really close, and then you see that it's like a really dark green with black mixed in. And then group 4, which is red. So if you need more time, you can pause the video now, and if you know which one you want, you can go to the timestamp down below. Okay, let's get started. Group number 1. Okay, so what does your crush find to be attractive about you? Okay, so the card that sets the overall tone for your reading is the giraffe, which says, "Rise above earthly matters, glide through life with grace. You are able to see the right path, stand tall in your self-worth, and love with a big heart." Okay, so that tells me that your crush honestly sees you guys as being like divine, okay? And like you guys, you're in the world, but you're like not of the world. And it's like you're gliding through life, okay? So you guys definitely have like an aura that exudes like spirituality or something that's not of this world, basically. And it seems to be what is guiding you through life and just making you, like I said, come across as being like divine, basically. And I feel like you guys, you know, you stand tall in your self-worth, and it shows. And I feel like everything you do has a purpose, like every move you make, you know. And I think some of you too are actually going to be tall, you know, since you chose the giraffe. And I feel like your crush likes that about you as well. Okay, so guy or girl that chose this. And I feel like you just stand out amongst the crowd. Like there's something about you that is just different and honestly like extraordinary, you know, like you shine, you stand out and you shine, and it's because you're like guided by something more than just like, you know, all these earthly concerns and what everybody else gets caught up in. I feel like you're like above that in a way. Like you're not interested in the same things that a lot of other people are. Like, yeah, you know, you're modern and this and that, but you're guided by something extra is what's coming through, and your crush sees that. Like whether they really know that side of you or not, it's like it comes across in what you post and how you are. Okay. But along with that, like I said, like even though you're spiritually or divinely guided, it's like you also though do have a modern side to you. And I feel like, you know, you guys, you come across as being like naturally attractive, like physically as well as internally. Like, and I'm also getting that some of you like to wear like, you know, form-fitted clothes, and you like to accentuate what you feel like is your best features. That could be with makeup and your hair and what you wear. Okay, and guys, you know, I'm getting that if you know, you like to wear form-fitted clothes too and show your muscles, it's just coming through, and your crushes are noticing this, okay? So, yeah, I'm seeing that you guys are a beautiful person, like inside as well as outside, with those 2 cards. So along with that, I'm also seeing with the Chariot here that you guys are also coming across as being driven and ambitious people. Okay, so you're just completely like crushing it in the world. And if you feel like that's not accurate, well, for some reason that's how you're coming across to your crush. And yeah, I feel like, you know, not only do they admire that about you, but it like inspires them to kind of like step up their game and like want to do it too, you know, like it's almost like where motivation was lacking before, now they've suddenly found it. Like you activate that within them, like to be the best that they can be, and really, you know, go out there and do whatever it is that they really want to do. That's the other thing that's coming through about you guys, is you're definitely guided by the heart. So whether you consider yourself spiritual or not, that is what I mean by like divine, and, you know, and guided by inspiration as well. So I feel like, and if you don't feel like that's you yet, I feel like that's going to be you, if that makes sense. Like you're walking down your path, and I feel like you're trying to distinguish like what is your most authentic path. So while you're doing that, you are starting to recognize how to be more guided by the heart and not so much the mind all the time. And, you know, so I do feel like, and on top of that, you are loving as well. Like naturally, you guys are a very friendly, warm, heart-centered person, and your crush sees that. And I honestly feel like, you know, they feel lucky to know you, is what's coming through. Okay, so on top of all that, you guys also got the room free card. So that always gives me like a free spirit vibes. Okay, so, you know, you definitely have this theme of being true to yourself and doing what feels right to you. And that goes back to being, you know, guided by the heart, and just, I feel like people feel free in your presence, so it makes you guys actually have a very attractive energy with that. So it's not just your crush noticing you guys. Okay, so that's the other thing that's coming through. Yeah, it's not just your crush. I feel like you guys actually have a lot of different people that you inspire by being who you are. So continue doing what you're doing, because I feel like, you know, like you probably won't ever get acknowledged by each of these people, but you know, I see what you're doing is it's making a difference, as well as you guys got people who, like a bunch of people I feel like, that are kind of addicted to the way that you are and your energy, as well as find you attractive. So you guys got fans, okay? Fans and followers is what I'm seeing, that you'll not even know about, but they don't miss like a single thing that you post. So yeah. Okay, and Aquarius also came up for you guys, which is honestly no surprise, with the roam free and the giraffe. And you know, it's like, yeah, I see that, you know, you, like I was been saying, you guys are seen as being unique individuals who are unconventional, wanting to do your own thing and put your own spin on things, and just like, you know, just very inspirational, this group. And I see it, like once you guys really start owning who you are and your path, and you know, it's like you guys are going to be unstoppable, is what I'm seeing. Like a very magnetic energy. And you know, the more you guys stay in the positive light of things with whatever it is that you're posting, I feel like, yeah, it's going to have a positive effect. All right, so along with all that, you guys, your crush is also kind of seeing you though as not exactly like playing games, but you guys have this way about you, I feel like, where you kind of mirror back energy. Okay, so like if you feel like somebody has switched up on you, like their tone or the way they're writing you or acting towards you, I feel like you guys will do it right back. So I don't want to say you're petty, but like, we'll say like you mirror energy back, you know what I mean? Or if you don't hear from somebody, I think you're kind of like the type, I mean, you might hit them up, but you're overall going to be like, okay, you know, if they can go without talking to me, I can go without talking to them, type thing. That's just what's also coming through. Yeah, and I'm also kind of getting, so it's kind of interesting, but you guys also kind of have, on one hand, you're kind of like the hunter, so to speak, you know, with the chariot here. But on the other hand, I feel like you also like to be chased. So we got this like interesting little dynamic going on where maybe, you know, you'll post something and it's kind of your indicator of who's interested, you know what I mean? Like you'll post the selfie or something and be like, okay, yeah, that's what I thought, with who's like clicking on it and stuff. And yeah, you guys are, you know what you're doing basically. And I feel like, you know, I'm actually getting that you guys actually might have a bit more of like the pursuing energy than even your crush. So, yeah, that's interesting to me. Now, I mean, if you're a guy watching this, I feel like, you know, that's going to make sense. But if you're a girl, I mean, I feel like, well, maybe you like to call the shots and, you know, you basically like to hold the reins in the relationship, so to speak. That dynamic is kind of coming through for you guys. So that's interesting, group one. Okay, group number one. This is what I see for you guys. If this resonates, let me know in the comments. And if it does, don't forget to give it a like. All right, bye guys. Group number two. Okay, so what does your crush find to be attractive about you? Okay, so the card that I drew that sets the overall energetic tone for you guys is the snow leopard, which says you are strongly independent and often solitary. Integrity is important for your best outcome. Cloak yourself with the invisibility and walk with the shamans. Use your intuition and let your life unfold in silent perfection. Okay, so this is a very like mystical, strong energy that's coming through for you guys to represent you. But right away, when I'm seeing that your crush really finds attractive about you guys is your eyes, okay? Because the snow leopard has really pretty eyes. So I feel like, you know, your crush can get lost in your eyes and they just love staring at them, whether you know that or not, okay? They think they're like the most beautiful eyes they've ever seen. And I feel like it gets them daydreaming about you, honestly. Yeah, that's how captivating they are. Okay, now something else is coming through looks-wise, and this is only going to resonate with probably a smaller portion of you, but so with the snow leopard being white with black spots, I'm getting that some of you have like a contrasting look to you. So you might have like porcelain skin and dark hair, or, you know, tan to medium or dark skin with light hair, okay? So that's coming through as being like a striking contrast that your crush likes about you. Okay, so on top of all that, you guys are seen to be like the strong, independent types, okay? So I feel like you guys are comfortable with being alone, and I would even go so far as to say you might be more on the introverted side, but by no means are you like just introverted, you know, because I feel like once you guys are in your element and you're around people that you want to be around, I feel like you guys can be very lively and animated and talk, you know. So I feel like you guys have actually a pretty good balance as far as like being okay, being alone, and being okay when you're with people, you know. Okay, so along with all that, okay, so I feel like you guys are also like coming into your own and like really, you know, starting to be guided by your intuition and not always so much the logical mind, which actually is coming through next. So the next card that came up for you guys is the Eight of Air as well as the World. So the Eight of Air makes me feel like your crush, okay, so it's coming across that you guys, your crush kind of sees it like you guys are the ones who are kind of like putting a halt to the connection moving forward for some reason, okay? And along with that, when I saw the Eight of Air, I'm like, okay, but what, that makes sense. Like sometimes we're moving forward and sometimes we do. We do kind of put a halt to a connection, for whatever reason. But then I was like, okay, but what is attractive about the Eight of Air here, And what came to me, which I don't know that I've ever gotten this before when looking at this card, was this angel up in the clouds, just kind of like doing her own thing. It's a very dreamy like scene, and it makes me think, okay, they see you guys as being like dreamy and kind of otherworldly, to be honest. So kind of like you guys are like, these people who are kind of like in their own magical world is what I'm seeing, and just very dreamy, imaginative, and like I said, you're becoming more intuitively led. So I feel like, and especially with you liking to be alone, I feel like that is when your most creative ideas come to you. And I wouldn't be surprised if this group, was more on the night owl side, and that the night is even when like your creativeness comes through. That's what I'm seeing for this. So I feel like you guys have this interesting artistic way of like self-expression that comes through, and your crush sees that and they love it and they're inspired by it, even if you don't ever hear this. And it's not just your crush, it's anybody that knows this about you. And you guys also have a way with this creative self-expression that gives the world a different perspective of how to see the world, like basically through the eyes of an artist, okay? Which to me is somebody who's guided by inspiration. And I feel like that's how you guys operate. And if you guys aren't doing that yet, I feel like you will be doing that. But I think this is going to make sense for a lot of you. So this could be through your words. I feel like writing is coming through strongly. Speaking for some of you, I think some of you are or will be social media influencers or have podcasts. Others of you, it'll be through music. And even like dance is coming through. So yeah, artwork, if I haven't mentioned that already. Yeah, painting, photography, graphic design. Like, it's honestly like just endless, like the list and possibilities of what this could be about. But yeah, I feel like this is when you guys are in your element, you're in your zone, you're doing your thing, and it's like it's pouring through you, and it's super intriguing and inspiring to people. So whether or not you ever hear, what you feel like your stuff is worth, it doesn't matter, because you are inspiring others. And yeah, I mean, first and foremost, do it because you want to, but I'm telling you, you are inspiring and you are igniting this creative flame in others as well. Okay, so I feel like when you guys are in this creative zone and you are feeling your best, you guys operate like an Aries, okay? So that's what's coming through for that. So you guys are just very passionate, lively, fiery, excited for life type of people, and you get people excited for life is what I'm seeing. So where they maybe felt like totally uninspired and unmotivated, you guys ignite that within people when you are feeling your best. And your crush, yeah, like they see it, they love it, like. And on top of all that, I feel like you guys are also like wise. Okay, so you also have this depth to you as well, is what I'm seeing. So, when you do open up and you talk to people, you have these conversations, I feel like you can go deep, like, your stuff, and especially when it's things that you're interested in. And yeah, I feel like people can't get that with just anyone, you know what I mean? So, yeah. Okay, and on top of all that, I feel like too, when you guys are like, when you feel like your best self, like you come across as playful, feisty, flirty is what I'm getting. And I feel like, and those of you that are talking to your crush like that, they love it, it drives them crazy. And it's it's just very like, you're somebody who comes across as being full of life, and like I feel like in a world where so many people just aren't coming from that, it's like a breath of fresh air, and it's refreshing, and you know, you ignite that life in others, not just your crush, but like everyone that you come in contact with. Okay, it's a very infectious way of being. And yeah, you know, like everybody's waiting for like somebody to show them like the way, and I feel like, you know, it's just, you gotta be that person and show them that, you know, it's a choice you make. All right, so here's a little side note that's coming through for you guys, just to be mindful of though. So going back to the whole like, possibly like you guys kind of putting a bit of a halt to this connection going forward. I feel like, you know, for some of you this will resonate, for some of you it may not. But I think this group might have a tendency to kind of get caught up in their head and maybe overthink things, okay? And, you know, insecurities can come up, and I feel like it could make it to where you feel like you don't know what to do, and you feel kind of stuck, so you don't move forward, especially if you were, you know, excited about an idea. And what I want to say about that is, this is where you want to tap into the snow leopard type of energy and really know that you're oh, you guys are strong, you know, you are capable, and you just have to like tap into that courageousness that is inside of you and really take that leap of faith. And I feel like you guys will be entering this whole new chapter if you do that, and you will be happy that you did it. Like, do you ever notice that like often in life, some of the best moments were those that were totally unexpected, and just you were totally in the moment, you weren't in your head, and you were just enjoying it? Yeah, that's the message that's coming through for that. And honestly, I think, you know, the quicker you recognize, oh, like I'm in my head, and you know, the thoughts that just go round and round about a certain thing that you're trying to figure out, they're not going to get you the answer. It's not until you step out of it, you know, that the true wisdom starts coming through. So it's like, the quicker you can do that, you know, the better off you'll be, basically. But yeah, okay. Group number 2. So this is what I see for you guys. If this resonates, let me know in the comments. And if it does, don't forget to give it a like. All right, bye guys. Group number 3. Okay, so what does your crush find to be attractive about you? Okay, group number 3. So the card that I drew that sets the overall energetic tone for you guys is the Black Jaguar, which says, old soul, walk through life with confidence and grace. You have power from beyond the world. Focus on what you really want. You can create your dreams. Okay, so right away when I look at this card, you know, the Jaguar is a very like, oh man, like enigmatic, okay? And what I mean by that is it's like got a very interesting dynamic that makes it such a like a beautiful animal. And it's like, you guys, you come across as being like mysterious, okay, and yet sleek, you know, and you walk through life with this confidence, and yet it's also like with a grace. So it's, you guys are coming across as, first of all, like, you don't have to say much, I feel. But like if you walk into a room, like everyone takes notice, okay? And it's just like you walking in confidently, but with this mixture of grace. And it's just like, wow, you know, it's like captivating. Like people want to look, they want to know more about you. And I feel like you only reveal what you want people to know because you're intelligent like that and very observant. So I feel like you also can see right through people, okay? So you guys, this is a very interesting group. And on top of that, like the Jaguar has a fierceness about them, okay? So I feel like, you know, people know, like, just it's just, you guys have this interesting, powerful combination is what I'm getting. Like, you look attractive, you act attractive, and it's funny because it's like your words, you don't even have to say much, and I feel like some of you don't even prefer necessarily to like talk, especially if it's about things that you don't really care about. You know what I mean? Like, you're very present, and you're very like in the moment, and just like, just a very aware person who I feel like your consciousness is elevated, you know? So it's like, yeah, just, you're like in your own wavelength, kind of observing everyone else in a sense. So that's interesting to see. So on top of that, I feel like you guys have very striking features, okay? So there's something about your looks in particular that stand out, and I feel like you guys are naturally like kind of in shape. Like, I don't even feel like you have to necessarily try is what's coming through. So you're naturally like beautiful or handsome and like just in shape, like all around. I am getting that this group is most likely more on the introverted side, but not like a shy person. Just like I was saying earlier, like you don't feel the need to fill the silence with like mindless chit chat. Now, if it's something you're into and people that you want to connect with, I feel like, yeah, you know, you're talkative. But like, I'm definitely getting a strong, quiet confidence coming from this group. So, yeah, so that is what your crush sees about you. But what's interesting is, so I feel like you guys are, you know, you're guided by what inspires you. You're guided by the light. And, you know, you're walking your own path and doing your own thing. I feel like you guys are very like, you're independent, you know, you like being alone. I feel like it's when, but what am I trying to say here? Okay, so I also feel like, you know, you guys have like a few people crushing on you. And with the Two of Fire here, that's like the planning to take action or move forward. So I feel like if you aren't talking to your crush, then, you know, they're like planning on talking to you. But I'm getting though, you probably have a few different people though that are like kind of on the sidelines right now, and they're like trying to build themselves up is what's coming through, so they can like feel confident to approach you. Yeah, that's what's coming through here. You guys, okay, with the Ten of Water here, you guys have wifey or hubby written all over you, okay? I honestly feel like people, they project onto you that you are their ideal and dream guy or girl, okay? So yeah, oh my goodness, it goes back to like the multiple people crushing on you, and two is standing out like dominant, energetic, like dominant energy wise, but it definitely could be more. It's just, I find this super interesting because it's like they really, you know, people view you guys in a high light. So if you're like, you don't see that, it's really like, these like are your best qualities shining through, you know, and nobody's perfect. It's just, I find it interesting though that, yeah, like I think people are hard on themselves, and really though, if they stepped aside from their own mind and like view themselves through somebody else's eyes, I think you would be way more like, wow, yeah, like I am amazing. You know what I mean? And that's not even being arrogant. It's really just recognizing your worth is what's coming through here. Okay, so along with all that, you guys are also coming across like you have earth energy, okay? And what that means is like, you know, you guys have a very grounded, secure type of energy, and I feel like you're a rock for many people. Okay, so I feel like you're loyal, you're there for people, you know, when they need someone, or, you know, just as a friend or family member even, to whoever's closest to you. So And on top of the earth energy, you know, your presence puts people at ease. Like they feel like everything's going to be all right, even if they feel like their world's crashing around them. There's something very like soothing and calming about your energy is what's coming through. And on top of that, so to take even the earth energy a little bit further, so if you're a woman watching this, I think you guys naturally are nurturers, okay? So like you come across very nurturing and like warm and friendly, okay? And if you're a guy, I feel like you are naturally a protector type. Yeah. That is coming through. So in particular, Taurus came out, so you know, if you're a fellow Taurus like I am, holla. Okay, so yeah, and with the Taurus, what's coming through, and it all fits, even with the Jaguar, is, you know, you guys, you're really present with your environment, and you really do want your environment to mirror back like your own inner zenness, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like I feel like you like certain aesthetics, and you have this eye and appreciation for beauty. And when I say beauty, I mean like the natural beauty of like nature or like sunsets, and you know, you have like an artistic side to you and a way of self-expression, you know, that comes through, I feel, and especially when you feel inspired and guided. Okay, so this is actually similar to group number 2. You guys are different, but you both have this definite like artistic creative side that's coming through. And like I said to the other group, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of you watching this weren't night owls, because I know me in particular, like that is when this artist and creative self-expression starts coming through me. And often I make most of my videos at night, just you know, as a little personal side note. But yeah, so I totally understand that way of being, you know. It's like that's when you finally wake up, right? Yeah. So yeah, holla too if you're a night owl. I'm curious. All right, so and then we have the crush card. So, oh my goodness. Yeah, you know, you guys got people crushing on you because honestly, you guys come across like the full package. But what's interesting about this group is it's like you're not really trying. You're like off doing your own thing, and like people naturally, you know, they see that and they want that. Like whatever you are coming across, like it's like I said, it goes back to that secure energy, and like, you know, you're just so doing your own thing, and like it's intriguing and mysterious because you're not so like, okay, so like, you know, the type of personality that's always got to be center of attention and dominate the conversation. And honestly, I feel like you guys, like you get exhausted by being around people like that, okay? And there's something about this secure energy that's doing its own thing that people feel at ease around. And, you know, especially with like that creative self-expression and just you being you and mysterious, like people want more. They want more of that, okay? So it's like the total opposite of needy vibes that are always out there, just wanting from people, instead of just people who are in their element doing their own thing. And that's how you guys come across. And you know, if you're not like completely there yet, it's all good, because I see that you guys will be emerging into your own and coming into your own power and really just like doing your own thing, you know. And yeah, you're gonna have such magnetic energy once you tap into that power. Okay, group number 3, this is what I see for you guys. If this resonates, let me know in the comments. And if it does, don't forget to give it a like. All right, bye guys. Group number 4. Okay, so what does your crush find to be attractive about you? Okay, so the card that I drew for you guys that sets the overall energetic tone for you is the Ladybug, which means good luck. You are a bright energy. Let worry go and be happy here and now. Feel good about being a loving and colorful you. You bless the world with color and good luck. Okay, so right away what I'm getting with the ladybug is that you guys are seen to be like happy-go-lucky. Okay, and I feel like your crush sees you as kind of like a lucky charm, honestly. Like you're just so much like your own unique person, and I feel like you guys now come across as just being like happy, that you shine and you make the world a brighter place by how you are, is what's coming across, and it's making, you know, your crush smile. Like, so I don't know what it is you're doing or saying, or maybe it's just the way you are, but you know, it's infectious, and it's making your crush, and not just your crush, but other people who interact with you or see what you post on social media is what's coming through. And I feel like you weren't always operating from this place, and if you're not quite yet, I feel like you will be. Okay, so I feel like this group went through a process of having to let a lot of things go from the past, as well as heal and really step into this new way of being that just feels a lot happier and freer and joyful. And yeah, that's amazing. Honestly, it feels like a breath of fresh air. Okay, so, what's interesting is the Knight of Wands came up right after that, and I was like, what? Like, this is kind of a different type of energy, but I do see, though, what this is about. So, on top of you guys being this happy-go-lucky energy that's like a bright spot for people, it's like you are also seen to be very fiery and charismatic and like excited and passionate, and I feel like you guys are good at like whatever it is that you do, and it's just a very magnetic personality. Okay, like people can't get enough of this, and this is when you guys are like feeling your best self, you know what I mean? Like you're in your element, you're in your zone, you're being you, and just like feeling great, I feel. And I even feel like this group might even like the spotlight when they're, you know, in this mode, so to speak. Now, what's also kind of coming through, though, for some of you with the Knight of Wands, is you might actually kind of have a bit of non-committal energy, though. Okay, so if this resonates for you and this rings true, then your crush is picking up on that, you know, depending on like how much you guys have interacted. So yeah, that's kind of interesting. And then the next card that came up after that is the Page of Air. So, you know, if you guys are kind of like, you know, talking 1 minute and then not the next, which the Ghost card also came up, which was perfect for that, you know, I feel like you guys are kind of like, you know, with this magnetic, charismatic personality, you're getting your crush hooked, or even other people that aren't your crush, you know, depending on how many people you're talking to. And then like you kind of go ghost, and they're kind of like left like, what? Like, what's up with this person? Like, are they interested or not, you know? And that's where the Page of Air comes in. And it's like they still feel like emotionally and energetically connected to you. So they're like, you know, they're checking out your social media or whatever they can to like be like, is this person, you know, they're trying to get a read on you. Like, are you interested? What are you up to? Since, you know, they don't know because you quit talking. So yeah, like they're kind of left in the dark, I'm getting. Now, if that doesn't resonate for this group, then that's only for probably a small portion of you. And what this means is that, you know, on top of all the charismatic, magnetic qualities you guys have, I feel like maybe sometimes you guys don't, like if you are in communication with people, that maybe you don't respond right away. So you still respond, you're not really ghosting, but it's kind of like you still kind of give the impression like you're there 1 minute and you're interested, and then the next people aren't so sure, like that kind of energy then. And for the rest of you, you know, You're legitly not responding. Okay, so I think this group in particular, though, like, I feel like you guys leave a lot of people on red. Yeah, probably because you get hit up a lot. And you're not interested in all those people that hit you up. So that's why. Or you just don't have the energy to deal, even if you are interested. That's also coming through. So yeah. And then Gemini came up for how you guys act, which honestly completely makes sense, because even though the Knight of Wands is a fiery energy, it always kind of did remind me of like either an Aries or a Gemini. So, you know, just like somebody who's really good with the words, good with conversation and compliments, and a sweet talker. And actually, Gemini fits perfect. Like, you're, you know, into something 1 minute and then your mind switches and then you just like, you know, you're not there anymore, basically. So, yeah, get people hooked and then you just like, I don't know, you don't respond and then they're like, what? What's going on? So yeah, you guys, all in all, even by your crush, and not just your crush, but like most other people that you interact with, you know, that are interested in you, they see you guys as being hard to get, is what's coming through. So yeah, you know what also came through for this group is kind of like, you guys are like a butterfly. Okay, so like you capture people's attention and they think you're like the most attractive thing inside as well as outside, and they want you, but like you're hard to get is what I'm getting. Okay, yeah, like that's your energy. So yeah. Okay, group number 4, I really do want to know, like, what is going on with the, like, non-committal, or you're there 1 minute and not the next? Like, I'm really curious about that. And yeah, okay, so group number 4, this is what I see for you guys. If this resonates, let me know in the comments. And if it does, don't forget to give it a like. All right, bye guys.